Thank you very much. I'm just going to really, I had a speech prepared, but I'm going to really be brief in my remarks, and I want to acknowledge my colleagues in government for the phenomenal work that they have done, especially dealing with MWBE and the legislation. And it's very important. You know, this is the second advocacy day dealing with MWBE. The first one was last year. And I have to acknowledge someone who has been a very impetus on making sure that we push forward not only what we've done on the Senate side with respect to the legislation, but someone who has always, from the time she entered the New York State Senate, has always pushed this issue in our conference. And when we were in the majority, she made sure we continue pushing this issue. And even as recent as yesterday, when we were looking at staffing issues and we didn't have someone dealing with MWBE, she says, Senator, how can we not have someone dealing with it when this is truly going to be our legacy? So I took care of that quickly, Senator. Making sure. I just want to acknowledge the chair of the Black and Puerto Rican Hispanic Caucus and the chair of our conference, Senator Ruth Thompson, for the phenomenal work. People can say what they can say about us being in the majority, when we're in the majority, but we passed phenomenal legislation. And the legislation that we passed dealing with MWBE first, along with our colleagues in the Assembly, is something of a benchmark and a legacy. And I think the Lieutenant Governor said it best. We don't stop at 20%. We have to continue moving and increasing. The bottom line is we need to make sure that the playing field is level, and that's all we have to do. We're not asking for a hand down or a hand up. The only thing we're asking for is equality and a level playing field. Once we have that, we can excel a great deal. And you have people in leadership, you have people in government who understand that the legacy that has been set by others who sacrifice their life to give us the opportunity to be in leadership positions. We cannot forget from whence we came. And there's some of us who forget about that. Some of us are more concerned about the title than concerned about the legacy that we leave, not for ourselves, but for the people that we represent. And I want to let everyone know that as leader of our conference, I work for the conference. The conference doesn't work for me. And this is something that is high priority in our agenda. And we will continue because we understand when you look at our community, you look at the high unemployment rate, and the only way we can do that, we talk about, small businesses being the foundation, but if you look at MWBE, minority-owned businesses, they are the heart and soul of a community. So we want to continue, we want to make sure that we keep the blood pumping through that heart, and the one way we do that is making sure that not only we have this legislation, but this legislation is enforced. And I commend former Governor Patterson on creating a chief diversity officer, ensuring that these goals, these benchmarks will be made. So I want to thank all my colleagues who have done a phenomenal job with respect to this, but also I want to thank our chair of our conference,